Oh, hello. My name is Doug Houselayton. I'm the Director of Transportation for the City of New Haven. I see that there's a viewer. This is my first time ever doing this. If you have any questions, feel free to click through into the Q&A app and send them along. Not sure who's viewing, but let's see what happens here. I see we have a viewer. This is the first time I've ever done this, so let's try and use the Q&A app on the side, and let's see what's happening. Is this working? I imagined that I was going to be able to see faces on here, but so far that's not the case. So if there's a viewer, and if you have a question, head on over to the side of the screen and press the chat box or the Q&A. This is definitely an experiment. Just so happens to be during an emergency operations as well. So I believe if you just need to ask a question, I think you go to the left side of the screen where it says Q&A, or the chat screen, and I'm just flipping between the two. All right, let's go into the... Okay, looks like we do have a viewer who happened to text me. Let's see here. None of the questions have come through yet. Am I talking to you, sir? maybe this isn't as helpful as I imagined. Oh, here we go. How are the plans progressing for the Edgewood bike lane? Any estimates for when this might happen? All right. Well, thank you, Troy, for your question on the Edgewood Avenue bike lane. We are still in design of that bike lane. Even with all the emergency operations happening today, we actually have the city engineer down here reviewing some of our plans. And just wanted to let you know that we should be constructing that in May. So that's what we're looking for. Dave, I just want to let you know that this is the New Haven Director of Transportation, the Department of Transportation in the City of New Haven. So I'll be answering questions tonight about any transportation or parking related activity. I have a hunch there's going to be a number of questions related to our emergency response for the upcoming blizzard. Daniela, thank you for your question about the current procedures in place. So currently, starting 33 minutes ago, there is a citywide parking ban. That parking ban will be enforced on our snow routes and our downtown to start with, as well as extending into our neighborhoods. So every street in the city of New Haven is under a parking ban right now through Thursday at noon. For those that are not living on a snow route and not living in the downtown, that have their car on the street, we're asking folks not to be the odd car on the block. Park on the even side of the street, and that way you'll be avoiding getting any ticket and towed. I'm going to be putting in the showcase the information for the. I'll put in the showcase the information for the for where these snow routes are right now. I'll link that up right now. Drew, thanks for your question to the DOT. Currently, we have emergency operations crew going out and plowing. We have brand new heavy-duty trucks on the road, as well as our smaller 550s, the F550 pickups that have smaller routes. So we have all of the staff has been deployed from Public Works, and we're going to be ticketing and towing our cars off of the streets to give them room in order to be able to progress and make the streets safer. Thanks for your question, Drew. Dave, my pleasure, and hopefully you'll be back in New Haven commuting soon. So let's see here. We're going to be. I want to share the emergency routes. We'll do that right now in our showcase. And we should have that done right now. There we are. You're welcome, Drew. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for the question, Daniela. The biggest challenge so far, of course, is communicating with all the 130,000 residents in the city of New Haven and the 650,000 plus people that live in the region and use our city. So right now, what we're focusing on is coordinating our message. That is, do not park on the odd side of the street. And if you're on a snow route, posted snow route, or on in the downtown, do not park at all. The governor has declared a snow emergency, and after 9 p.m. will be we're asking all trucks and all traffic that are non-emergency personnel to get off of the roads until further notice. This question is again from Daniela regarding the severity of the storm. And on Friday evening, the storm was not predicted to be this bad. On Sunday morning, I woke up to blizzard warnings and blizzard watches. And again, we coordinate through our Office of Emergency Management, Rick Fontana, the Emergency Operations Center deputy for the department. And he actually let us know that the storm has been ticked up a little bit on the reports, even as late as 3 p.m. today. So we're finding that this storm is going to be catastrophic and the most serious of natures. We're taking this as we're doing the best we can to respond, of course, and we're asking our residents to help us out by getting as many cars off the street as possible so that we can clear the ways for our clear the streets for our public safety personnel. So we have 4 viewers so far. No questions for me to answer at the moment. 3 viewers. We already lost somebody. I apologize for offending you, person. But so far, I think that this has been an interesting experiment, and I'm looking forward to trying this out in the future as well. We still have 21 more minutes, and we have new questions coming in. Thank you. A note for all watchers from Troy Resch. A note for all watchers. It appears that if you want to ask a question, you need to click on the 9 square icon at the top right of the screen. Click on that, and then you can select Q&A. Thank you, Troy. I hope I answered your question, which was not a question, more of a declarative statement, but very helpful nevertheless. Great question. The question is, how will public transportation be affected? Currently, and I will post this on our showcase, we are hearing from Connecticut Transit that they will have all bus service 7:30 p.m. will be the last buses outside of the city of New Haven. So I'm about to post their updated service interruption information here. That's not going to be the right website. 1 second. Here we are, system-wide New Haven. So as of 7:30, that will be the last bus out of the downtown green. Here we are. Perfect. I'm now posting that to the showcase. I'm not exactly sure how that looks for you, but hopefully that answers the question, Drew, and thank you. Daniela asks, when do you expect the parking ban to be lifted for things to start heading back towards normalcy? That's a great question. Right now we have a parking ban in effect through Thursday at noon. We anticipate having multiple days of digging out of this this catastrophic storm. The storm is slated to continue through Tuesday night at midnight, which again, that's when snow stops. So our parking ban is in effect fully until noon so far on Thursday. That will give our crews at least 36 hours to get those the odd sides of the streets cleared after the last snowflake has fallen. Again, we're asking folks to get off the street. We've made available all of our city-owned parking facilities, which includes the Parks Department facilities. It includes a 1,200 car space on Wintergreen Avenue behind the shooting range. It includes every Board of Ed facility as well. These can be found in the showcase, I believe, under the alternative parking for parking ban. There's a map, a Google map that shows all of the locations that are near you. And I hope that answers that question. I think Drew has been asking questions, and now he's also texting me, which is a little bit of cheating. So Drew, if you could keep the questions to the Google Hangout, please. Thank you. So any other questions for us? Again, we're going to hang out for a little bit longer, of course, but please don't hesitate to send in your questions. Let's see if any questions have come in through Twitter. So far, just retweets, which is great. Are people able to see the showcase that I'm talking about? It should have some links for information that we can disseminate. And again, we have some new viewers. Evidently, to ask a question, there's a little box in the upper right screen, and you can click on to ask a question. So far today, we've been prepping up for our storm response. My crews, the crews for transportation, traffic, and parking are home right now, resting until 7:30. Oh, showcase is visible. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. Anything else I should be showcasing on the showcase then? Actually, I'll take a quick moment to do that. So we've got the alternate parking ban. We've got the snow routes. So the snow routes are the red, and the downtown is in blue. Delete that. Let's see. We've got the CT Transit. Delete. I'm going to clean up this showcase a little bit. I feel like I'm on The Price is Right with the Showcase Showdown or something along those lines. We don't need my YouTube channel. Well, maybe we'll keep it on there. And delete my Google Plus thing. Okay, so let's go back to our notification here. We have a parking ban in place. We have an alert sign up. Ah, yes. Here's a great trifold I'm going to share on the showcase. This is what the mayor has been sending out to all of our neighborhoods. One moment if you're asking questions. Mayor Harp's winter information. All right, let's show that item. There we are. I'm going to head back over to Q&A. All right. Dave White, I'm going to delete your comment about the showcase being visible. Thanks for that. So again, this storm is catastrophic by nature. We're asking the city's residents to clear off the streets, and to do that, we're making as many parking options as available as possible. I'm going to share with you the garages that are available, and through a partnership with Park New Haven, the Granite Square lot is available for free as of right now. Also, the Temple Garage is available for $3. And last, with a partnership with Carter Winstanley, Winstanley Enterprises has made their Science Park parking facility, a 1,200 car garage in the heart of Newhallville, available for all residents. So that's a 1,200 car garage that's available and open right now. Danielle asks if the state government told the city anything specific besides the parking ban. That's a question for someone probably their emergency management. I apologize if I don't have that information. We have heard from Governor Malloy about the 9 p.m. travel ban on all roads. The governor has declared a 9 p.m. travel ban. Again, I apologize if I don't have the rest of the information, but that can be reached. Rick Fontana from Emergency Operations can help you with that. I'm going to add in the parking ban information from Park New Haven. There's a special rate at Temple Square Garage today.
You know what day is that?
I do not. You ready for tonight?
Yeah, I'm a little early.
That's all right. It's better to be early than late.
I know.
All right, just uploaded. All right, let's go back over to Q&A here. No pending questions. So we've got the parking ban information up. We have our snow routes listed. We have alternative parking listed. We have our CT Transit, our partner at CT Transit with our bus information. The schedule's posted on the showcase. What else can we, oh yes. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of a, so if anybody does not have New Haven Connect yet, please click through on the showcase and download New Haven Connect to your mobile device, or you can create an account on cclickfix.com. That's a great way to report non-emergency issues with the snow response. Status of the new bike rack initiative. Thank you so much, Drew. Let's head on over to Ignite New Haven and see how we're progressing here. I believe that the donations have been a little slow in coming forth with respect to the Secure Bike Racks project. We are at $351 out of a $6,000 goal. So we have about 3 weeks left on our donations. Please don't hesitate to click over, and I'll link over right now on our showcase for the bike racks. Let's see here. All right, there we go. The link to our Secure Bike Rack crowdsourcing page is up. Danielle asks a wonderful question. When exactly will the snow plowing operations start? Will you be clearing streets through the night? If not, what is the procedure? It's a great question. Snow plowing operations have been continuing throughout the day. We actually, DPW, under the direction of Jeff Pescasolido, the new director, has been out there pre-treating the roads, trying to make the salt last, spread the salt in order to prevent snow accumulation for as long as possible. Snow plowing operations will continue throughout the storm. During the storm, our major focus is to clear center travel lanes to make sure that our emergency response vehicles can actually get through our roads. And then once the storm stops, we shift from just from clearance to also then pushing back. Our pushback efforts. So those streets that have that they can, they're going to clear as much of a travelway as possible. But again, throughout the entire storm, we have snow plowing operations happening, and that's happening out there right now. Thank you for that. I will list. See if I can link the New Haven Independent article that covered snow. Again, Mayor Harp has declared this storm historic. It is imperative to take this storm extremely seriously. So not only do we need to get our cars out of the way, there's of course the entire other side of our government who's worried about making sure that our warming centers are open, that making sure that folks have enough food and adequate oil supplies. So again, this conversation is really about transportation and parking. If you do have those other concerns, please don't hesitate to call into 8221. That's 203-946-8221. That's the Emergency Operations Center. If you or if anybody you know needs help and assistance in weathering the storm, pun intended. All right, so we're on a little bit of a lull in questions. So I'm going to prod the audience to ask some more. Some information on our equipment that we have. We had a press conference on January 6th, 20 days ago. Article on city's new snow equipment. All right, heading back over to Q&A to see if there's any other questions. Oh, great. It's a great question. From what you've been seeing, would you say this blizzard is as severe as the one in February 2013? Or is it more severe? This is a great question for Rick Fontana in the Emergency Operations Center. Basically, what I'm trying to say is there are legal definitions of what type of the storm event this is. And his office tracks very closely with National Weather Service and other meteorological associations to sort of define how to compare this storm to the February 2013. I do remember living through that storm, of course, and I'll be able to tell you in 12 hours or 24 hours if this storm is any worse than that one. I remember recalling that was a Friday evening that storm happened, I believe, and in about 6 hours from about 6 p.m. to midnight, fell about 16 to 17 inches in that 6 hours. And I remember walking home from where I was weathering the storm to where I was going to sleep that night and trudging along New State Street and barely being able to, move my feet. In that storm, people were not paying attention to the travel ban. And I remember helping a F-550 dig out at about 1:30 in the morning. And yeah, so far we have not seen that accumulation. But again, the accumulation really starts to pick up around 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. And we'll know around 3 a.m. whether or not this is just as bad or worse. Thanks so much. Well, Dave, thanks for calling in from New Jersey. I think, what we're trying to do in the city of New Haven is make our government as tech friendly and savvy as possible and trying to reach people in any way we can to get our word out. I'm sure someone in Jersey is doing the same thing. I know that Mayor Cory Booker, former Mayor Cory Booker, was big on using social media, and something that I'm trying to emulate is trying to get in as many channels as possible. So thanks for the comment. And if you have any questions, I mean, we can talk Northeast Corridor problems if you'd like. Daniela asks if I can comment on what's being done statewide. Unfortunately, I don't have much of a comment for statewide. storm preparations. I have been in touch with DOT officials for the New Haven region. It does appear that the governor is responding appropriately and taking all precautions. This storm is, again, as the governor and the mayor have said, historic in nature and a serious life-threatening storm. Unfortunately, what tends to happen in these storms is we lose power to a lot of folks, and it's hard to reach everyone. We do have the National Guard coming in. The governor did declare a state of emergency. The mayor declared a state of emergency. And no one is taking this very lightly. It is a extremely serious blizzard and quite sobering, in fact. And, our task ahead of us in the city of New Haven is to make sure that the region gets back to work as soon as humanly possible. Right now, it's looking like we're hoping to have, the storm's going to end at midnight on Tuesday, which means Wednesday a.m. we have some more flurries. It's going to take some time. If we do get 36 inches, it's going to take some time to dig out. I appreciate everyone working with me on this new format. This is my first ever Ask the DOT Hangout, and something I wanted to try. Basically because a Twitter user had been asking me about some parking regulations, and in order to answer them, I decided to go whole hog. So, Ryan Lamel, you're not on here, but thank you for the suggestion, and it just so happened to turn out to be a blizzard the night that we decided to do it. Any other questions about transportation-related issues or parking ban or blizzard information? And again, I apologize. I can only speak definitively about a couple of different items, mainly the parking ban and what our storm response is going to be. Ryan, thank you for the question. Ryan asks, what changes have been adopted to prep the city for severe storms since the last one? So thankfully, this is our first severe storm of the season. And that means that our last one was last season. Basically, we had a number of pieces of equipment that were out of commission last year for Public Works. So we've actually bought 8 new trucks, so that our 21 out of 22 snow routes have heavy machinery on their routes. So what we did last year was we had taken our small trucks and put them on the big truck route in order to accomplish that. So what we have this year is we have 21 out of 22 snow routes that are filled by DPW heavy machinery equipment. The one remaining snow route is going to be covered by a contractor. That frees up our smaller equipment, the F-550s, the Parks Department equipment, to actually handle narrow routes. And I can't remember the number of narrow routes right now. I apologize. I believe it's 8 narrow routes or 9 narrow routes. But in addition to the 22 heavy machinery routes that are covering the entire city, we've broken the city into these what I call a narrow road route for our smaller equipment. So we actually have redundancy on these. And where there are narrow routes, the heavy machinery can pass, and then the smaller machinery can do more. In addition to that, we've stepped up our communications. Of course, you're actually witnessing part of that communications. So for the 5 viewers tonight, I've helped them understand this. But we have a consistent parking ban in effect. It's happening at 6 p.m. tonight, going through noon on Thursday. That parking ban is going to be enforced. We have, in preparation for a storm of this nature, we have sent out, in all of the tax bills, we sent out information on how to get connected to our alert notification system. So that went out to about 70,000 tax bills. Additionally, my staff from Transportation, Traffic, and Parking has been flyering door-to-door businesses along Whaley, Grand, Ferry, all of the snow routes that can be found in our showcase. There's a map of all of our snow routes. So we've sent out about 5,000 door-to-door and car flyers, like just posting flyers on cars, highlighting what is a snow route and what to expect in our response. So just Friday night, when this storm was supposed to be light rain on Tuesday, I was talking with the head of our evening supervisors, and he said that he was receiving a lot of positive feedback on Grand Avenue, on Whaley Avenue from our businesses. Tonight, the early indication is that Whaley Avenue is clear of cars, and we're heading down and doubling our efforts and our PA system and our notifications to make sure that Grand Avenue and Ferry Street and other snow routes know that we're coming, because starting tonight, in about an hour, we will be ticketing and towing all of our snow routes to make sure that our machinery can get through, and then moving into the downtown and then our neighborhoods from there. Thank you, Daniela, for participating in the Google Hangout as opposed to taking my cell phone call. Thank you for participating this way. I hope it was helpful and still answered your questions. So it's about 7 o'clock when theoretically things are going to, when I'm going to sign off, but I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes while I wait for my staff to show to answer any other pending questions. So again, thanks to Drew Chin for logging in from New York and Dave White from logging in from New Jersey. That was a treat. And again, thanks to Ryan and Daniela and Troy from logging in from New Haven. We're going to hang out a little bit longer to see if there's any other questions. Again, head over to the showcase and you can see some information I've been sharing that has our alternative parking map for the parking ban. Please do get your cars off the street. If you have driveways, do share them. If you have extra room in the back of your house, perhaps on Clark Street, I'm not sure who I'm talking about with. You know who I'm talking to. Let your neighbors in there for the week. No one's going to be moving anywhere tomorrow. We're all going to be in the same boat. And the faster that we can get the cars off the street, the faster we can get the streets back to functioning. Again, take a look at the snow emergency routes listed on the Google on the showcase. That's a map of all the snow emergencies. Anything in red is a snow route. Anything in blue is the downtown, which is also considered a snow route. If you're a transit rider, please do take a look at the CT Transit information. And for the long haul, print out the Mayor Harp's winter information handout and download New Haven Connect. I'm just realizing there are some questions over here. So from Aaron Good, he's asking, when will Farmington Canal Phase 4 be completed? More concerned with when it will be started, unfortunately. Farmington Canal Phase 4 has been tied up in property transfers and easements. I'm under the impression that we are at our last easement to gain, and that has had some great movement in the last week. So I'm hopeful that we can be packaging the final easements for the Board of Alders approval, ready to be signed and sent over in the coming month. But there will be a big press event, of course, for the Phase 4 Farmington Canal. And if anyone's not familiar with what the Farmington Canal is, it's the off-street cycle track that goes all the way up to Farmington and runs along the former canal line. Allie Heimer asked me, hi Doug, can you tell us when Willow Street will be repaved? That is a great question. 1 second, let me find out. So paving is done by the Department of Public Works. And And I will have to get back to you, Allie. I don't have a list showing me where or when that paving will happen. You know, since we've got some time, I'm going to text over to the city engineer and see if he remembers. So if you have any questions, please ask the questions in the upper right side of the screen. So thank you again to Troy Resch, Ryan L., Aaron Good, and Allie Heimer, and of course Daniela, all New Haveners that have been asking some that have been asking questions from New Haven. Thank you. Just a reminder to anybody that's out there right now, in the city of New Haven and the East Coast is going to be experiencing a crippling snowstorm that's monumental in nature. If you have room on your driveways, if you have a backyard, please let your neighbors park in there so that we can get the cars off the street and get the streets back to operating conditions so that we can actually get back to work as soon as possible. Ian Applegate has been trying to ask a question. I think, Ian, if you go to the upper right, which one's right? Upper right portion of the screen, there's like a little box or something like that where you get to ask questions. And again, we've been posting on the showcase some important information to be out there. So what happens if I chat? I'm gonna go over to the chat. So Ian, I just put the instructions in the chat if you can see the chat. So I do have Ian Applegate sending in some comments. If anybody else is having problem asking questions, it may be if you're on a mobile, it may not work. I did read that in some sort of online research I did about this. I didn't do a whole lot of online research about this, frankly. This was just sort of a trial by fire. So we still have 4 viewers out there. I'm hoping that some of you get some questions asking, so I have something to do instead of just twiddle my thumbs, because we do have some emergency operations to prepare for. Anybody have any questions about parking in the downtown, parking meters, what we're planning on doing on customer service overhaul, when you'll be able to get an email instead of a mailing for parking tickets, stuff like that? I think Virgil Callahassen's logging in from New York City. Thank you, Virgil, for the text message. Have any questions for the DOT? Let me know. I think there's a little box or something like that in the upper right corner or upper right corner, depending on where that box, I don't know. I can't really tell my right and left when it's on a mirrored sort of situation. This is not my left hand. So that would mean, but this is my right screen. What are you gonna do? All right, here we go. We got, so Ian's asking about parking arrangements. So Ian, if you head over to the what's called the showcase, you'll see the item listed garage parking available via Park New Haven. So this lists the PDF. This will take you to the PDF from the Parking Authority talking about how Granite Square is a free and available right now, and that Temple Garage is $3 through the emergency. Additionally, we have been able to make arrangements with the Board of Ed. All surface parking lots at the Board of Ed are available for folks to park in as of now, and you'll have to remove your car by noon on Thursday at the end of the parking ban. Do not anticipate to be able to use that car very frequently. Additionally, make sure to clean out and clear out your car. You are still responsible for that vehicle, and we don't want to give anybody any reason to find anything in that car. Additionally, thanks to a partnership with Winstanley Enterprises, the Science Park parking garage at, what's the address? 406? Hang on. The Science Park parking garage on Winchester Avenue is available for our public to be able to park and get their car off the street. That's a 1,200 car garage in the heart of New Hallville. So I'm deeply grateful to Winstanley Enterprises for making that parking garage available. That is a tremendous benefit to the community. So again, all city-owned lots. That's our Parks Department parking lots. A giant Dixwell Plaza lot behind Dixwell Plaza, the libraries, our Board of Ed. All of our off-street parking facilities are available. Additionally, we have room at the Wintergreen facility across from the Southern Connecticut garage. That has room for about 1,000 parking spaces. So please get your car off the streets, and let the DPW crews do their work. Now, you are allowed to park on the even side of the street, but again, if you have the ability to get your car off the street, I would highly recommend doing so. And if you have available parking spaces, either in your driveway or in a parking lot behind your back, behind the lot, behind your building, please knock on your neighbors' doors, get their cars off the streets. They will be ticketed and towed. We only have so much capacity for towing in this city. So one of the interesting variables we have to deal with is we have about per state statute, we have to do certain things with the car, of course, when we tow it, and the tow vendors who are storing our cars have about capacity for 450 cars. So our goal as a department is to tow 0 cars. I kid you not, our goal is 0. Compliance of 100% is always our goal. The Science Park garage is at 276 Winchester Avenue. That's 276 Winchester Avenue. That's free and available to the public. Thanks for the questions on our Google Plus page. Thanks for the questions on our Facebook message. Let me flip over to my Facebook pages to see if we have any activity on this. Oh, Ian shared a great. So Daniela asked a question about the February 2013 snow day, and Ian, thank you for this. How do I do a screen share? Here we go. So this is a little video from the last snowstorm where a friend of mine, Bruce Dittman, and I happened to take a walk that day and help some people get out, but we also came across our friend Ian Applegate, who was documenting the storm. So let's take a little look at this. And again, if you have any questions, just a little helpful reminder what 36 inches looks like. This is February 2013 when the last major snow event, super major snow event occurred.
Yeah, I'm good with the content.
So if you want to check out the rest of the video, that was an interesting day to say the least. We ended up building an igloo after cleaning out as many people as we possibly could from unburying them. But if I remember correctly, there was a dearth of places open the next day. One of the great, Sol de Cuba, was fantastically open and serving brunch. So, okay, it's 7:20. I've got some staff, emergency staff, coming in. If there are no additional questions, I'll do one more search of the rest of the world. Let's see, Facebook, see if there's any Facebook chat, something along those lines. My Deputy Director, Michael Moeller, is here for the task. Say hi, Mike. There are 5 viewers, so not really the world so much as there is a 5 viewers. Guys, we're getting reports that our alerts and our warnings have been working. Downtown and Whaley Avenue are fairly empty, which is a good thing for all of us.
he doesn't want to work till he doesn't want to put overtime in. He was the next person they called in, I think.
Oh, hey, Dave White from New Jersey says hello.
Hello, Dave.
Mike says hello, Dave. Thanks again. All right, everybody. I think we're gonna have to wrap this up. Any final questions? We'll do this again sometime soon when it's not an emergency situation. But I'm not seeing any questions coming in from Twitter. Oh, thank you to Randy. All right. So good luck, everybody. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at Doug Houselayden or at New Haven DOT. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Tout, Vine. I don't know. Not much into Pinterest these days, but if you convince me, I will give it a whirl. So thank you again for participating in today's first ever Ask the DOT. I'm putting up the link to my Twitter account right now. I will link my the department's Twitter account. And I know this is a little weird. It's been bizarre, but thanks for trying out the trial. Hey, David White down there in Jersey. How's it looking down in Jersey, by the way? I know you'd have to like ask the question to tell me how it's going, or I guess we could go over to chat or something. Yeah, I'd love to hear how it's going in Jersey. I'm getting updates from New York City a bunch. Ooh, and I will post the penultimate information of our C-Click fix notification that went out with all of the winter storm. Let's see here. All right, and see, any last questions before it just gets too weird for me, like you guys watching me work, because it's a little bizarre. Again, I can't thank you enough for participating. And let me post the post my Facebook page here. I don't know if the showcase stays around for a while, but if it does, let me just, out of posterity, post my Facebook page and the department's Facebook page. And again, tweet me, text me, Facebook me, let me know if you have any feedback. And let me know if you'd like to do this again. Again, we have some major projects coming out. We got Complete Streets 2.0, Tactical Urbanism being rolled out throughout 2015. Hopefully, doing 20 to 30 projects this year, building bike lanes on Edgewood Avenue that should transform commuting on bicycle. Our next big goals after that. Oh, we're also doing Clinton Avenue and a number of other projects, but our big goals after Clinton Avenue and after our Edgewood Avenue bike lane would be trying to get across the Tomlinson Bridge on the DOT Route 1 so we can get to the East Shore finally. Additionally, we have a big legislative effort, two legislative efforts right now. The main one being working with our legislators in Hartford to and our state representative Roland Lamar, who represents New Haven, to change the state ordinances to allow two-way cycle tracks on street. Sounds like Dave White checked in. He's in South Jersey. Very little accumulation. Thank you, David, for the share. I don't think Drew Chen's watching anymore, but I did get some notifications from New York City that that the city was being crippled basically pretty early. So I think that's about it. Again, thank you for those that were joining from abroad, for those that were joining from within. I hope this was helpful, and I hope to do this again sometime. But for now, we got to go into emergency operations. All right. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night. I'm going to stop the broadcast after I just scanning one more little thing. Okay, we got I have something to share. We're having some good feedback come through Twitter and text message, not about this effort. This is not important right now. I'm going to read a text message from a resident on Pearl Street. Some positives to share with you. There are 0 cars parked on the outside of Pearl. A plow came down from Orange, turned around at State, and came back and made a second pass. So, Daniela, to answer your questions about what we intend to do with our plows, that's exactly the goal that we have. If we have those odd sides cleared, we'll be able to make 2 passes, one down the center lane, one down the odd side of the lane. So make sure you keep talking to your neighbors and get out there. Bill Parker, if you're watching, I'm sorry you weren't able to ask a question. You can ask it via text for the next 2 minutes if you'd like. And Allie Heimer, if you're watching, I'm texting with Giovanni Zinn about the importance of Willow Street right now. It is a posted snow route, if I'm not mistaken. So I will leave you with that. We're also getting some compliments on Twitter with our communication strategy today. Again, having nothing to do with this, I talked about 6 people here. Thank you for those 6 people for participating. Hope you got a lot out of it. Some folks are, we have heard your complaints. We are listening to your suggestions, and we are grateful for your patience and your ability to work with us. So thank you, everybody. We're going to sign off and get to work. It's going to be a long night here at 200 Orange Street. But I hope this was helpful and hope to do it again soon.